Morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Latte with Lynda. What did I call it? Oh, yes, let's get cleaning. So I've been on a few times with this, with the milky plant. And you must think it gets cleaned by magic. Because if you don't clean it after you've done your nut milk, then you will get an E3. Remember... oh no, you won't. I didn't record that one. It's an E1 I got. You'll get an E3. An E3 means that the sensors have been covered by the ingredients, so it won't work. So it's good to clean it out after every cycle. Now I've got this here because, I mean, it should be okay because I'm here and I'm going to stand. Because I was naughty and I didn't clean it yesterday. I cleaned it this morning and I was over there. And suddenly I just see water everywhere because this has toppled over. You're supposed to use this, actually, which would make more sense. I'm pointing, but you can't see it. So I wonder if I should do that, and that would make more sense, actually. No, actually, I'm going to use this because it's dirty and it gets cleaned. So there's three little buttons here. On button, plant milk making button, washing button. So I'm just going to press that one. There. Now this one. And it's going to get noisy. Welcome to Latte with Lynda for anyone who's joining me now. And for those of you who message me and say that you watched the replay, please put a hashtag replay or something. There we go. Danger point number 1. Make sure you put something in the comments and tell me where you're watching it from. So if you're watching on, say, Facebook or from, it's not on YouTube, from Instagram, just let me know so that I know where you are. Because I know that you comment on stuff and I really appreciate it. I love that you're watching and you're enjoying. This is fantastic. So this is round 1. There's 30 seconds to go. It might get noisy again. Going to take a sip of coffee. And, yeah. I'll wait. Because I want to talk about the spoon that's in the cup. There we go. Look at that. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to do 3 rounds. So it's going to noisy episode of Latte with Lynda. Almost finished here. There. So you can see that water. Now, I'm actually going to pour that away. I've not really investigated whether my plants would like that. So if you use something like rice, then, and you were to do rice milk, then you'd absolutely be able to put this on the plants. They love it. My plants love rice water. I tend to give them herbal tea. There's a bit of old chamomile over there. There's not a lot of chamomile in it. I'll show you. So that discoloured water, that's for the plants. Why buy Baby Bio when you've got things in the kitchen that you can use for your plants, indoor and outdoor? So that's round 1. Just going to pour that away. Stay where you are. Don't go anywhere, everybody. Everybody and anybody. Stay where you are. Before I do round 2, just want to show you. In fact, I might show you something else as well. This spoon is ages old, and when I picked it up, when I found it, I must have given all the other spoons away. That I just got this sense of, I don't know, very positive. And so when was it now? August? No, beginning of September. I got a declutter coach. And as I always say, good morning. As I always say, you can have a coach for everything. And if you are stuck, I would invest in a coach. Because coaches they're not there to judge you. They're not there to goad you. Yes, they may trigger you in some way, but then you get to examine what that trigger is and why. And she was talking about possessions and things. And Caroline, the declutter coach, she's in London. she was saying about how, I don't know whether she's done the research or there is research out there that talks about the psychology of possessions, and that we can form attachment to things in an instant like that. So, for example, you may go to an event and get a goodie bag, and everybody gets a goodie bag, and you get a red pen, and your friend gets an orange pen, and you really love the colour orange, and your friend really loves the colour red, but you will not swap because you've already formed an attachment to that item, and that's okay. So we're not judging. Let me see if I can get rid of this thing that's on my... There we are. So we're not judging anyone for their possessions, and that's the beauty of a declutter coach. And so this spoon is the only one left of a whole set, and probably the first spoon I ever bought when I left home, you know, part of my set. And so yesterday I showed this Pyrex dish, and got a message because, you know, I know you watch, and somebody said, oh, I love Pyrex dishes, I collect them. Yeah, I've had many over the years. Sadly, many of them have shattered through various things, and my mum had a beautiful set which she gave me, and I broke them all, which is such a shame. I think I have a lid left, so I have one of these, and it's like a browny colour, very 1970s. So really, in terms of people who collect stuff from that era, it would have been of value. Unfortunately, it got shattered. And so this, I think the original, I say the original, this is not the first set I've had. I believe the last set I left in Manchester. So I used to live in Manchester. I had a house there, and I sold it in about 2007. In fact, I sold it on the Friday, as in exchange, completed, handed over the house on the Friday, and the housing market collapsed on the Monday. So this is luck. This is having the universe on your side. And so I got another set of these dishes, and then they ended up in the shed, because in the old kitchen there was so little space. They ended up in a box in the shed, and then when the shed was pulled down, a room was created. Morning, Rachel. Do you know something, Rachel? I was thinking about you the other day. I'm sending you lots of love because I haven't seen you out and about or anything, so sending you lots of love. And what was I saying? Oh, yes. So the shed was pulled down and replaced by a beautiful room called Sankalpa. She's got a few issues. So I've got a heating specialist coming in, hopefully on Friday. His equipment has broken, so he's the second person, actually. So Pat, the tree guy, who I was telling you about the other day, his machine broke, so he was going to have to do the work by hand. But a series of fortunate incidents meant that Pat came back, or I was very lucky to get Pat back, to be able to do the work with his proper machine. And so Yassine is coming on Friday to sort out, or to find the issue with the heating. He's an electrical underfloor heating specialist. So the room down the bottom replaced the shed, and all the things that were in the shed were packed up and covered over, although they've been there for about 2 years. The cover kind of blew away or was moved away by people who didn't replace it. But I knew I was not going to throw every single thing away that was under those covers until I'd been through, because I knew that this dish and the other two were in there. Now, I'm so glad Caroline, the declutter coach, wasn't there when I did this, because when I opened up the box, it looked like vomit. I know, sorry, it's early in the morning, but hopefully your stomachs can help this. Well, it wasn't. It was just a mushy mess of, because it had been covered in newspaper, and the box had been uncovered, and so imagine about 2 years worth of rain, and so at least we know that newspaper does decompose. That would have been great for the soil. So I managed to get everything out. I've got my rubber gloves on. Just show you the gloves. I've got these on. I'm not touching anything. Well, it wasn't those ones in particular, because I have a different pair for different things. I had a pair on. they're my garden and outdoor ones. And I had garden gloves on the inside just in case there's anything that's going to hurt or damage your hands, injure you. And so I took them out, and I thought, yeah, thank God Caroline wasn't here. She'd have given me a look that said, throw them away. Anyway, I didn't. I cleaned them off. I washed them, and then I put them in the dishwasher. I think they might have had 2 runs in the dishwasher because the newsprint had also transferred onto them. And I can't tell you how happy I am to have this item. And going back to what I was saying at the start about that attachment, we do form attachment to things, and that's okay. And I think you have to give yourself permission to have that attachment to something that other people might feel is very, very strange. And that reminds me, I remember one of my nephews had an attachment to a blanket. I think it might have been the younger one, not the older one. Because now I'm going to name drop. Mike Lee has a new film out, and I would invite you all to go and see this film called Hard Truths. And it has Marianne Baptiste. She was in the first Mike Lee film, or the first one that I remember, and that was called Secrets and Lies. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant film. And I can't tell you how many people have said to me that is their favourite, either their favourite film of all time or their favourite Mike Lee film. And I know so many people, I've seen it several times, so many people who've watched that film again and again and again. And what's really fantastic about Mike Lee is his approach to filmmaking. It's very much about you feel into the role. None of the other characters know what's going on in the other person's kind of scripts and things, because I believe, from what I gather, it's very much improvisation. It's very much the actor brings that character more than, say, the director. So Mike Lee has an idea of what the film is about, and then they kind of bring the characters 360. So the other person in the film, I know, because he's my nephew. Yes, Jonathan Livingston has been on the red carpet, and I say every time I come on here, I say, oh, and I'll post the live, or post the interview, or I'll post this, and I forget. My intention today is to post his red carpet interview with I don't know who they are, can't remember. So he's done a red carpet interview, and I'll post that. And somebody said, and I'm patting myself on the back furiously, they said he has your same positive energy. And I thought, oh, that might be down to when I used to read to him The Three Little Pigs. I think I've told you that story before. I'm not going to tell you again. You can watch back the other lives, because what I do, I always save the lives and turn them into reels, and sometimes I just take a clip. But that clip probably ends up somewhere else on Facebook. So if you are in my Facebook community group, Letter to Myself's podcast community group, then in there I put all kinds of things. And right now we are doing gratitudes, finding gratitudes. Good morning, Frank Fitness. Good morning, Frank PT Fitness. Welcome back. I'm talking about my WhatsApp group now, which is Letter to Myself's podcast community group. And all of these things you can find in my bio. I'm going to put onto my stories, and maybe I'll put on my posts as well. I'll have to work out how to do that. The interview my nephew has done. He's in a film, a Mike Lee film, Hard Truths, with Marianne Baptiste, who was in the first Mike Lee film that I saw, Secrets and Lies. And actually he had a tradition for many, many years. I think Alison Steadman has been in most of his films. Anyway, nephew's in the latest one, Secrets and Lies. Very, very good film. I haven't seen it myself, but I know it's good because it's Mike Lee. Guaranteed winner. So, yes. So I'll put that up on my stories. So that's what I was talking about. I was also talking about things. And, let me finish. Let's do another clean. Oh, it's gone off. So when I did the nut milk, I never showed you about the cleaning. It's really easy. I always do 3 rounds of cleaning. You don't need 3 rounds. And then I'm going to take this out, the top and this, and wash them. There we go. So you can see the water's still dirty. There we are. Ah, yeah, back to the community group. So 30 days of gratitude. Today is day 19. That means I get to share 19 gratitudes. So what I've been doing is I've been sharing a gratitude, 19, and then I've been finding some relevant videos. One video and say 2 or 3 images to go with it. That's what I'm going to do today after this, and I'll wait till this is finished. Very noisy! Oh goodness. Oh, it's all right. Very noisy. Oh yes, I'm teaching them at the yoga quarter. 12 p.m. Bikram yoga, 60 minutes, followed by 1:15. Is that right? 1:15. 1:30. That's it, 1:30, I think. Do you know, I can't remember. I better check the time, hadn't I? All I can tell you is around about midday. No, 12:15, that's it. 12:15 to 1:15, Bikram hot yoga at the yoga quarter. 1:30 to 2:30, Inferno hot Pilates at the yoga quarter with me, Lynda Smith. So Lynda's Inferno is in town, a special edition on a Saturday. I also happen to be covering next Saturday as well. This weekend was an emergency, covering for the beautiful, gorgeous Fiona, sending Fiona lots of love. Next weekend I was scheduled anyway. So there you go, that's round 2. So I'll pour that away. So as I was saying, if I were to use rice or what else might I use that I might put in here? If I was going to use rice or coconuts, yeah, and was washing this out, the water I would feed to the plants. I'm not sure, because I've put dates in there, I'm not sure that I'd want that sugary water or traces of the sugar or the almonds actually in there. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to Google that. Right, so this is the final one. Here's my coffee. Let me take a sip while we feel nice and noisy. And I'm holding on to this because earlier today, I've got this here. I was over there and it tipped over. So, and that was the cleaning I didn't do yesterday that I did this morning, so that I could make nut milk. Nut milk is in the freezer, and it's getting better and better. And what makes it creamy is the oil in the almonds, because all almonds have got beautiful vitamin E in them. Just a few more seconds, ladies and gentlemen. There we are. A few more seconds there. I think that's about it. Timer's going down. 3, 2, 1, and beep. There we go. Well done. Sounds like my class, my Inferno classes. We have a countdown because we star in our show. Good morning. Good morning. Is that Charlotte? Morning, Charlotte. So that's it. We're done. We're cleaned. So actually, what I'm going to do now, see, that's actually quite clean, but I'm going to wash it anyway. So I'm just going to, might as well switch the machine off. And all of these bits, even though they're clean, I'm going to give them a proper wash, just with a bit of soap and water as well. And then we are ready for another nut milk making session tomorrow or whenever. Yeah, I'm going to do one a day, I reckon. When I bought this machine, I said to myself, in order to get value, I really need to make at least one nut milk a day. Oh, morning, Angela. Yes, there was an incident. Yes, I'll finish this sentence. I said I was going to make one of these a day and then I'd get my money's worth. And I did more or less, and then I haven't used it for a long time and it's back out again. So, Angela. So, Charlotte meet Angela. Angela meet Charlotte. I think Rachel and Frank have gone, and maybe Charlotte's gone. Anyway, now if you are watching, make sure that you let me know where you watch, because I put this up as a reel afterwards, and it gets posted in my Facebook business page, and sometimes bits get posted elsewhere. So just let me know where you're finding it as well. So the incident today, Angela, you've missed the whole cleaning, so you're going to have to watch the whole thing back. So you put this here. You're actually supposed to use this, but because I don't use this to catch the milk, I use this. I may as well get this cleaned as well. So I put it here, and then I went off over there across the room, and then the next thing is just a flood of water pouring everywhere. So that was today's incident. So yes, we're all done. I've talked about, what have I talked about? Things. This spoon. May well have had this spoon at university. I remember I had my crockery and things, and this is the one remaining spoon. I was talking about how when I picked it up, I just got this sense that I couldn't quite capture the memory, but there was something, it was important. I was talking about the psychology of things, and it's okay if you're attached to things. That's okay. And don't let people judge you for it. In fact, remember what I say? None of your business what other people think about you. Their problem, not yours. I talked about Caroline the Declutter Coach, about Pyrex dishes. I've gone on about all kinds of things, been all around the houses. And today, I'm standing in for Fiona Allen at the Yoga Quarter. Bikram hot yoga, 12:15 to 1:15. 60 minutes hot yoga. 15 minute later, 15-minute break, 15 minutes later, 1:30 to 2:30, Inferno Hot Pilates. So Lynda's Inferno comes to town for an extra day. Now, very excited about the Inferno because we're warming them up, gearing them up for Halloween. Planksgiving mashup. So on Thursday the 31st, I will do something Halloweeny at the studio that I teach at, Bikram Yoga London, Canary Wharf. And then on Friday the 1st, because Halloween is technically over, but I won't have celebrated Halloween with my people, or maybe I'll do something on the Sunday. Then I'm going to do, because Planksgiving starts on the 1st of November, and throughout the whole of November, it's all about the plank. The secret's in the title, Planksgiving. Planksgiving and Grow Rich. Yes. And so it's going to be a mashup, like kind of end of Halloween, Planksgiving, and I'm kind of thinking, we have Tina Turner in there. Now, most people believe Tina Turner is dead, but Tina Turner never died in my world. And she appears every week, and she takes us through 5 minutes of planks. However, we're going to have some kind of event. Not quite an incident, Angela, but it's going to be fun. When I did the Marvel sequence, which was in March, Marvelous March, we battled. Tina Turner was kidnapped, and we battled the villain, Thanos, I think he's called. I may have got him confused, but anybody who knows Marvel will be able to tell me, correct me. And we had Black Widow, and who else do we have? Various characters, Spider-Woman, Spider-Man, all kinds of people working with us in the planks. All the planks renamed by these characters. We even had Storm, and they helped us. And Blade helped us as well. Blade the Vampire helped us as we flew off with Tina, and we flew to Wakanda. Via another series of abdominal exercises. Then we got to Wakanda. Anyway, so I mentioned this the other day. I said, we'll do something with Tina Turner, and we're going to rescue her from the plank bank so we can do all our planks, and maybe we'll go to Wakanda. And can you believe it? People in the class were really excited because they really enjoyed that kind of approach to exercise. So exercise does not have to be, do this, do that, do this, do that. You can make it fun by creating a story. And I even had when we did the Marvel, and I think it was an open day as well, somebody came and they said their language, I think it was Spanish speaking, they said, I find it really hard to follow the English dialogue, but your storytelling the way you did it made it so accessible. And so you can really break down a lot of barriers just by using storytelling and making things a sense of fun and a sense of play. And that's what was really interesting, actually. So my interview, well, it may as well have been my interview, Angela. So Angela, I think I've told you, my nephew, Jonathan Livingston, is in the new Mike Leigh film, Hard Truths. And he's done an interview, which I'm planning, I know every time I say I'm going to post and I don't forget. I'm planning to post it on my stories so you can link to it. He did an interview, and it's really interesting that in the interview he talked about play, and I thought, yes, he's got it. Make your life playful. Make everything that you do playful, because then you can do it with ease and with fun. And it's tapping into that sense of play and sense of fun that you began with. As a child, you had it until somebody said, don't do that, shh, don't laugh, don't do this. And you started to close yourself down. So almost, I'm coming back to, what's the name? Debbie Ford. The beautiful castle closed down, so your sense of fun, that room that was all about play and fun, got closed down. Now I give you permission to open those doors and start to play. And that's what I do in these classes. So, and it's really interesting that when I did Marvel, I did Doctor Who. And after the class, 2 people came up to me. Now, they came up to me as they were adults. They are adults, you know, in their 40s, 30s, 40s, 50s, whatever. And came up, and it was almost like they were children. They said, we love it. Can we have some more characters? So there you go. Giving people permission just to be their youthful selves is so, so important. Yes, you did, Angela. You did meet him. Did you tell him stories as well? Because you can claim credit as well. I told him the story of the 3 little pigs. And the wolf came, and he huffed, and he puffed, and he blew the house down, and he gobbled up the pig. Yeah, I don't know whether the pig gets gobbled up or not, but in my version, as you know, I like to do things with something, a little bit of something. There's no point. Like I said, Angela, create a story everywhere you go. Find a story. It's so much more fun. It's so much more memorable. And because we remember everything, however, we choose not to remember. If you say, I remember, it will come back to you. And so he chooses not to remember about this story, you know. I know, I once told him, and he's like, oh, really? I bet if I asked his dad would remember. Because he said to me, Lynda, don't read any more stories to Jonathan, because we have to do the stories like you with all the actions. Again and again and again. That's what he used to say. Again, Aunt Lynda, again. And I'd read it more. I'd be exhausted, but it was fun. So yes, he's in the film. He was in Warhorse. He was in Witches, the film with Anne Hathaway. Was Anne Hathaway, whatever she's called, is in the film with that woman, beautiful actress. It's in lots of theatre. He toured with a Shakespearean company. Oh, I tell you what it was in, Bubblegum with Michelle Cohen. I think it's Cohen. I may have changed her surname. I just know C. There's a C in there. Starts with a C. I think I might have changed her surname, and it's not Michelle. It's Michaela. Poor woman. She's a fantastic actress. She's a fantastic writer, creator of drama and comedy. Have you read his bio? Oh, marvellous. So, yeah, let's see what we can do. Maybe we can have him on Latte with Lynda. Somebody's joined. Says I've got 2 people. Who's this? Oh, Taylor. Oh, no, gone. Coming and going. Somebody's coming and going. Anyway, it's you and me, Angela. As always, but that's okay. What I've discovered is people are watching the recording because they've messaged me and they said, oh, yes, that thing you said about Pyrex dishes, or, I watched them back on the replay. Oh, I love that thing with the oat milk. The almond milk. Don't do oat milk. The reason I don't do oat milk does work really well in here. It works fantastically well in here. The reason I don't do it is it gives you a sugar spike. Oats give you a sugar spike, so I just thought, And I've tried for years to eat porridge, but actually if it's given me a sugar spike and actually I've resisted it, maybe that was my body saying, don't bother. But I'll tell you what you can do if you don't like oats, add cacao. Add cacao to your oats. Absolutely amazing. So there you go. I've probably gone off on a tangent. I think that's plenty from me today. I was showing everybody how to clean the milk maker. The milk maker. The milky plant, whatever you like to call it, the plant milk maker. I was showing everybody how to clean that. And I'm thinking, if I can set myself up, I might do a little bathroom clean. How about that? What do you reckon? Yeah, I'm not even asking you, I'm telling you. Yeah, that's the next episode, in the bathroom. Latte with Lynda, in the bathroom, with the cleaning products. I think the thing is, it's how to set up the microphone. Not the microphone, the camera. But we'll not worry about that now. Good morning, Aline. Thank you for that gorgeous picture of the moon. I'm really jealous because your moon image is far more beautiful than mine. In London, we have so much light pollution that we couldn't see it. So, Angela, Aline and I have been exchanging images of the moon because there's a beautiful full moon and it's huge. It's called the Hunter's Moon. It's absolutely massive in the sky. It's as clear as anything. And if you feel that, if you're feeling slightly different in any way, maybe you're feeling energized, it could well be from the energy that the moon is giving out. I certainly feel energized, and I love the moon. Yes, I do. Anyway, I feel that is more than enough for today. I'm drinking my coffee, and I'm very grateful I'm still grateful. That woman next door, absolutely love her. When she went to Colombia, the family went to Colombia, she came back with some gifts for me, including this coffee, organic. And I just think that is just amazing. She's so kind. Absolutely beautiful woman, so kind, so generous, and she's put up with so much nonsense from the builders that I've had and people that have come to do so-called work or so-called workers to do stuff. She's been very, very patient indeed, and so grateful, and I'm so grateful to have such a wonderful neighbour. So maybe that is going to be on my 19 gratitude for today, because today is day 19 of 30, and this is an example of, good morning, I am Kirsty. Good morning, Kirsty. Morning. So I started, and it does feel, so this is the thing in life. If something feels really overwhelming, really big, break it down to the smallest possible step that you can take. And then it's really easy. So I started 19 days ago, 30 days of gratitude. Now on day one, 30 days seems like a long time. But break it down day by day. Each day we add a new gratitude. And on top of that, each day those gratitudes are different from the next day. So every day you are looking for more gratitudes, but also different gratitudes. And it is so good, because it really is all part of that rewiring of your neural pathways, which is what I've been talking about this week as well. Yes, little steps, honestly, and because you're writing them down, you can see the wins. When you can see the growth, it makes such a difference. So day 1, day 2, day 3, now it's day 19, so I'll sit down and write some gratitudes, and and that's really, really good. I'm going to say something else, it's gone, but that's okay. So yes, I've talked about a lot today, haven't I? Gone round about the houses. So for anyone who's joined late, the film, what's it called now? Hard Truths by Mike Leigh. Mike Leigh is one of the most phenomenal filmmakers of all time, and he has a unique way of creating film, and this is what I really love about him. It's really everything that I've come to now, that your way is perfect, your way is the way. And you don't worry about how anybody else sees you, because it's none of your business. We all come from a unique perspective. And so he allows the actors, you must give them the character names and the theme for the film. And then they come together and bring the film together, bringing their interpretations. And so nobody really knows what the other person is bringing. And you kind of get on set and then it comes together. And it's phenomenal. And this is how we should all be. Be your true, authentic self. Don't worry about what other people say or think about you. None of your business. They're in their own world anyway. And when you can, I mean, for example, Aline, just let go. And a few weeks ago, she came on and she said, I'm a witch. And I thought, oh, wow, wonderful, wonderful. And do you know what? Amazingly, a few days later, or a few weeks later, or maybe a week or so later, somebody else came out and did the same thing. And once you let go of anything you're holding on that you think is not acceptable, your life will transform. Because it's like releasing a pressure and coming back to the book, The Dark Side of the Light Chasers by Debbie Ford. Your shadow side doesn't have to be wicked. It doesn't have to be evil. It doesn't have to be horrible. It's things that you're suppressing that you feel are not acceptable to other people. Well, forget the other people. None of your business. What is acceptable to you? Let it go. Embrace it and notice. Notice how the light starts to shine and that heaviness you feel starts to go. I wasn't planning on talking about this, but do you know what? That's all good. And I've got this really good idea. I'm not going to tell you about just now, but it came to me last night and I'm very, very excited. Well, what I'm going to tell you is it's a summit. A summit is when you bring together people. So that's what I'm going to do. And these are very special people. So they are going to be people who embrace being witches. They might not call themselves that. People who embrace kind of the light workers. So that's what I'm working on. May have to do more than one because I know so many amazing people that I want to bring to this. So that, I know, I said I wasn't going to tell you and then it's just come out. Can't help myself. But then that way it makes me accountable to get taking those steps. Not this year. It's going to be probably February 2025 or something like that. Right, Soul Tribe. I've told you everything that I need to tell you right now. And it has been wonderful. Thank you for joining me. And again, a reminder, because people are coming to me and saying, oh, I love that thing you did. And I'm thinking, well, I don't know where you saw that. But people don't necessarily watch live. So if you're watching on the replay, remember just to put something in the comments so I know where you're picking it up, so I can make sure that I am posting in those places regularly, because sometimes I forget to put the lives up onto my Facebook page. It's supposed to go automatically, not the live, but the reel, but it doesn't always. Soul Tribe, you are amazing. I see you, I hear you, I feel you, I get you, I've got you, I love you. Have a wonderful day and thank you for joining me and for commenting and for watching the reels as well. Thank you. Sending lots of love. Have the best day ever. Bye.